Hello. Just wanted to share something that I have been reminded of several times over the past couple weeks, and wanted to talk about freedom. So, I guess it's kind of fitting. Tomorrow's the 4th of July, too. So, let's talk about some freedom. I think, I am in the network marketing business, and I think in that business, we can tend to want to talk about freedom in terms of large amounts of money that the network marketing business can provide for you, and taking lavish vacations, and maybe the freedom to be able to work anywhere. And when we talk about that, we tend to want to show, that we can work poolside or from whatever cute little cafe, and it tends to be really, really, happy, positive things. But I think the one thing that we don't talk about a lot in terms of the freedom that it can provide is that it can provide freedom in so many different aspects. Um, and, a lot of my social media tends to be really, really happy and positive, and I don't want you to think that this isn't going to be happy and positive, but I've been reminded over the last couple weeks of ways that this business has provided for me and for my family and for people on my team in ways that we don't always have control of in life. And sometimes life just throws stuff at us, and we have to pause, and we have to stop what we're doing, and we have to take our focus elsewhere. And I think what we don't talk about enough in the network marketing realm is the freedom that it provides in those sorts of situations. The fact that, we can just kind of pause and stop working and focus on whatever life has thrown at us, and take our focus off of work and focus on that, and not have it affect our business, not have it affect our income, and be able to just do what we need to do to take care of life, and then come back when we're ready. And so I just kind of wanted to share a couple of those stories with you today, because I don't think this gets talked about enough. And I think it is a big benefit, and it was something that 5 years ago when we began this was the vision that my husband Scott saw. He saw that that is what this could provide for our family. And so just to share with you a couple instances. So a couple weeks ago was the 1 year anniversary of Scott. Scott, a year ago, like out of the blue, literally overnight, got really, really sick with a really, really horrible infection in his arm, and was actually a life-threatening infection. And our family literally had to, in an instant, stop what we were doing and put all of our focus into him and to taking care of him. And he had to have surgery on his elbow, and he ended up having to be in the hospital for 7 days. And when I look back, when life throws those things at you, you just do what you got to do. But when I look back, I literally was able to just drop everything and be in the hospital with him, focusing on him, helping him heal his body, doing what we needed to do to take care of him. And I didn't even have to blink an eye or think about that. I could just do that. And I could do that because I don't build this business alone. I have a whole team of people that I work with, and I know that if life throws something like that at me, I can literally stop and I can focus on what I need to focus on in life, and my team is there, and they're still working, and my business is still growing and thriving, and I'm still going to get a paycheck no matter what. And so, yes, do I still get paid when I go on vacation? Of course, but I still get paid when life throws things like that at me. And I knew that I didn't even have to worry about the amount of time that it took to heal him. I knew that no matter what it took, I could take that time off, and then I could just come back to my business and pick up where I left off. And I wasn't going to have to pick up a mess, and I wasn't behind. Nothing. I have my team there still working, still, doing whatever. And I just don't think that, in any other realm of business, you just don't have that benefit. we were really truly able to just be with him in the hospital, doing what we needed to do to take care of him and get his body healed. And then when we were ready, we just went back to work. And again, this week I was reminded of the benefit of this. Really unfortunate event. One of our team members lost her dad. And he wasn't in good health, but he wasn't sick to the point that, death wasn't looming. So it was something where it was a shock, and it was out of the blue. And she was able to just stop everything and go take care of her family. She, was able to fly home to where her family was and just really pour into her family and take care of her family and do what she needed to do to take care of herself. And still now, now that the memorial and everything is over, she is still able to focus on herself and healing and doing what she needs to do to really take care of herself before she pours herself back into her work. And that's something that, how many areas of employment can you do that? Can you just say, I'm going to take as much time as I need to really take care of myself and my family in this instance, and then I'll get back to work, when I'm ready. And, when I think about that, and I think about the freedom that she has to do that, and how that's going to not only serve her better in her business, but in her own health, and to really take care of herself and do what she needs to do before she has to get back into work, and how much less stress is going to be on her in her life because of that. And I just don't think that is available to very many people. And really, the reason that it made me think about that is because her dad, really the thing that took him was stress in his life, and that he had continual stress for so many years. And our bodies can only take so much, and his body got to a point that it couldn't take it anymore, and it gave out. And the fact that she is able to care for herself and her health, and really take care of herself, and then pour herself back into work when her body is ready to do it, and her mind is ready, and her mind is in the right place. We don't talk about that enough. We don't talk about that. And, when I look around and I see, how many people, sure, they have a lot in their life. Maybe they have an amazing, beautiful house, and they have their dream car, and they are able to financially provide, but at what cost do they have that? How much stress is added into their life because of their job and what they do? And are they really taking a look at that? And, is it really worth it to have all that stuff if it is compromising your health because of the stress that it's putting into it? And the fact that we can build this business on showing people how to manage that, and to how to properly care for their bodies and their health, and really take care of themselves and build that foundation of health. That is why I'm so passionate about what I do. And, I was reminded literally, just last night, Scott and I were having a conversation, and I was just telling him, I was feeling a lot of stress in my life lately, and was just feeling kind of burnt out, and like, one of my faults is that I can push really, really hard, and I can keep pushing really, really hard for a really long time. I'm a really hard worker. I think that it does end up to be one of my faults, because I don't know how to take a break when I need it. And I think that goes back to, me when I was a hairstylist, just knowing that the only way for me to make an income when I was working as a hairstylist was if I was physically working behind that chair in the salon. And so I still kind of default back to that and think that I have to keep working and keep pushing no matter what to make an income. And I have to remind myself, and a lot of times it takes my husband reminding me, that in this business, I don't have to do that. That I can step back when I need to. I can take care of myself when I need to, when I'm feeling stressed, when I'm feeling burnt out, when I'm feeling tired. I can take the time that I need to take care of myself and my body and my health and my mindset. and my business doesn't take a hit because of that. I don't have to stop making an income because I need to take that time. And we were just having a conversation last night, and I was just telling him, I'm just feeling tired and burnt out, and he reminded me, if that's how you're feeling, then just whatever you need. If you need a day, if you need a week, if you need to take the month of July to just take a step back and take care of you and what you need, then go ahead and do that. Because our business, we have laid the foundation and we have built a team, and our business is still going to be there, and we're still going to make an income no matter what. And you have the ability to do that. So do what you need to do to take care of you. And it just reminded me of that benefit of this, of that, when life throws something at you, when you feel exhausted, I can take that time. We can take the time to do what we need to do. And it's not just the freedom of, we get to take these, fun vacations whenever we want, or showing all of those amazing benefits. It's sometimes life throws things at you, and you need to take care of you, and you need to take care of life. And does your job allow you the benefit to doing that? And I think that 5 years ago, when Scott took a look at this, and when he was like this, he saw a vision of what we could create. That's what he saw. He saw that for basically zero investment. I mean, we had to invest. The investment that we made in this business initially was $300 was what opened up our business. It was $300, and it was $300 worth of food that we could consume. And that replaced other food that, it was just like swapping buying food at the grocery store to buying food online and having it delivered to my doors. It was less than $300. That was what started our business. And for that tiny amount of investment, it allowed us to work to build a business to financially support our family, not just now, but for generations to come, because it is a legacy business that we're building. It is something that I can will to my children someday. And so it is something that I can build that can really financially support not just us right now, but our kids and their kids and their kids, if they want to keep building the business. And they don't even have to keep building. They just have to just keep it active, really. I mean, it's just, when he really saw that, when he wrapped his brain around that, what other business realm can you do that in? And it comes with literally zero risk. Zero, nothing. We invested $300. It was food that we ate that nourished our bodies. It made us feel amazing, made our bodies healthier, and it provided a reward to us if we chose to take it. It's there if you want it. And that was what he saw, that amount of freedom, that, this business can be built to whatever extent you want it to be built. It can be built at whatever speed you want it to be built. It can be there for you for whatever you want it to be there, whether that just be a little extra spending money, whether that be, building an income like we have, whether that be building a giant fortress if you want it to be. Whatever you want it to be, it can be. And it's there, and you don't do it alone. I think, when he saw all of those things, Scott is very business-minded. It was really something that he realized, this is just not something that's available to you in any other business realm. And that was the vision that he saw. And I am continually reminded in little ways of that, as we've worked and we've built our business, it reminds me, of those benefits. So it's just something that I don't think that we talk about enough. And I wanted to share that because I think there are so many people out there that really are looking for that sort of security, and knowing that, they can have something like that. So a business that can allow for life to happen, and that they don't have to stress about it. They don't have to stress about taking care of their family if they need it, or, heaven forbid, one of your family members get sick, or, God forbid, a family member get taken away from you and you've got to step in and take care of that. Life can throw curveballs in an instant, and things can change, and we can have to step away and take care of that. And are you at a place in your life where what you do allows you to do that? And if this sounds like something that interests you, I mean, please, let's just have a conversation. This is something that even my own husband had to have multiple conversations with me about before I could really wrap my brain around it, because I too didn't believe that it was possible. I didn't believe that this was something that we could do, and he did, and he poured that belief into me, and he like offered me his vision of what he saw. And once I really understood it, I couldn't walk away from it. So I just wanted to share that with you because it's just come up so many times in the past couple weeks for me, and I think it's not talked about enough. So if it is something that you think could, but I mean, I know it could benefit you in your life, but if it's something that interests you, let's just have a conversation and let's chat about what this business can offer you, because I think we can tend to have a lot of opinions about it and not have educated opinions about it. So I would love to discuss it with you if it interests you, and just wanted to share that with you today.